Chaudhary, the physiology faculty with DAMS. 2020 is the 15th year of my association with DAMS, and what a journey it has been. A chance meeting with Dr. Sumer in 2005 led me to DAMS, and these last 15 years have been years of learning, growth, evolution, not just as an individual, but also as a teacher. There has been a complete change in the style of teaching, in the methodology employed. I remember when we started out, we were using blackboards and whiteboards, and then we moved on to overhead projectors, and then we started using something called the Take Note, and today we use Surface, OneNote, and LCD projectors. When I started out with DAMS, DAMS had its presence in Delhi and 4 other centers, and today DAMS is in 40 plus face-to-face centers and 250 plus satellite centers. That just goes to show that we must be doing something right. I remember the time when Dr. Sumer had first pitched the idea of reaching out to smaller cities and towns via video conferencing, and the skeptic in me had thought, is that even possible? But Dr. Sumer and his team made the impossible possible, and within a few months, there was a studio in the DAMS head office, and we started taking classes, reaching out to students in Srinagar, in Calicut, in Kolhapur, in Port Blair. What a tremendous feeling. 2020 brought with it certain challenges. COVID, lockdown. I cannot even begin to express the despondency that came with it. Life without classes was unimaginable. But then throw a challenge, and DAMS is the first one to pick up the gauntlet and emerge a winner. And that's exactly what happened. The IT team, within a few days, made it possible for us to take classes from the comfort of our home, reach out via live interactive classes to students all over the country via the eMedicoz app. And suddenly, there seemed to be light at the end of the tunnel. Even in these dark and difficult times, the students, faculty are connected. Amazing feeling. Just a small message, and that is, make the best of what DAMS has to offer, and we will emerge winners. Hashtag, together we will win.
As far as I remember, it was my end of second MBBS 2008. We, a group of around 5 to 10 students, went to attend a session by Dr. Sumer sir. He came first time to Nagpur. He was actually talking to the students who were preparing for the All India PG exam, that what we used to call it then. And we were just completing our second MBBS, and we thought, why not we also attend it. When we were going there, our senior said, it is not for you. I said, it's okay, let us go there and see. We were just very new to these things, and I went there, I heard him, and then I asked him, sir, you talked about how to prepare for this exam for post-interns and interns as well. We are just now about to enter third year. Do you have anything for us? Actually, I was not expecting an answer affirmative, but he said yes. We have a foundation batch. I didn't know at that time what a foundation batch means, but he tried to explain me that you can join from third year itself. There was no concept of doing classes so early at that time. During our times, I'm talking about 12 years back in 2008. But when he said that foundation batch it is, you can join in third MBBS and you can do your first and second MBBS revision and build up a strong build. We were so convinced, and I said, sir, can you give us separate classes for us? And he was very affirmative. I took his number also, and those days we never had any WhatsApp or Facebook or anything. I used to text message, sir, I'm messaging you from Nagpur. when are you starting foundation batch? Then I talked to my friends doing MBBS in Delhi. They also said that they are doing something called as foundation batch. So DAMS, with DAMS, I was very happy that they were caring for the undergraduate students at so early stage, and that is what actually helped in joining in third MBBS. I was connected to the teachers for over a period of 3 years, third, final, as well as internship. So it gave me actually a definitive edge, and it is still going on.
Hello, my dear students. I'm Dr. Anshul Devakar, Anesthesia faculty at DAMS, and today I've come to talk to you a little bit about my journey as a Damsonian. Yes, I'm a first generation Damsonian, as we call it, because I have done all my preparation part under DAMS, and so this was something that I wanted to share with you all, that how I started and how DAMS has helped me with the variety that it has offered right from the beginning. When I was in internship and I was being told for the first time in Pune, where I did my MBBS from eMedicoz college, there was a live face-to-face class, which was a big thing at that time, and that was a very comprehensive class. As you all know, that we had a regular batch and then we made a lot of notes, and everything was very nicely kept with different subjects coming over the weekend. And of course, with internship it is very difficult to get selected, so I had to take a drop later on for a better or a gettable rank. And I started my preparation in my internship thinking that I have the notes now and I'll only take a test series. But then eventually I realized within a month that it doesn't work that way. So then when I inquired and I spoke to Dr. Sumesh Sethi, he was also my teacher in DAMS, the first teacher in DAMS. So then he told me that we have one more test and discussion batch. Then that was a new concept that time, where you prepare for a subject, then you give a test, and then you have a discussion with the faculty live face to face for 8 to 10 hours. That was a very beautiful thing that kept me on track in my drop year, and eventually I ended up getting a rank. So what amazed me at that point of time itself was the variety which was being offered to us. And at every step a lot of thought process was there in the institute, as well as the teachers in the institute, how to make things very easy for the students and very gettable, and something that I cherished a lot that time. And that was the time when I really thought that yes, this is something special. And since then I have always been a very intricate part of DAMS. So from a Damsonian to finally being a DAMS teacher, this is something that I wanted to share with you all, my beautiful journey with Delhi Academy of Medical Sciences, and all thanks to Dr. Sumesh Sethi. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Achin Mehra. I'm faculty of medicine at DAMS, and I'm also popularly known among the students as Achin Mehra. I am here today to share my journey with DAMS, which has been almost 16 years old now. And the title of the journey which I always give of mine in DAMS is Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi. That means once upon a time the mother-in-law was a daughter-in-law. Because I still remember in the year 2004, I joined DAMS in my internship year as a student. I joined the regular batch that time, and it was a very small batch. Only one batch used to run on a weekend in the Delhi head office, that is in Pusa Road. And the good thing about DAMS at that time, I always found that the teachers there were all the time accessible, live with us, and of course all our doubts were clarified. And the best part of the teaching, I always found that if I have attended any lecture, next week when I enter the classroom, a compulsory test has to be given by me on the topic that I covered the last week. So it was not only reading, revising, but I was always trying to check my aptitude at par with other students. And there were two batches running parallel at that time, the regular and the TND. And when we came for the test, we were merged with the TND batch. So the level of competition went very high. Good. I joined DAMS in 2010 as a faculty because I still remember in the year 2007 or 8, I met Dr. Sumesh, and because at that time my would-be wife Priya was preparing for PG entrance. So she had to join DAMS, And when I met Sir, he offered me, why don't you come and join DAMS after completing your post graduation? And in the year 2010, I joined DAMS. As a faculty, in the very first class, I still remember I was allotted a crash course. And the crash course people are more students who have been a second or maybe some of them are third attempters who have already read the topic very well. So I was facing a batch of good amount of educated students. And I still remember that day when I came for the class, the very first day, uh, I was standing outside the classroom because it's so totally closed. And the guard outside standing asked me, why are you here? I said, I'm here to take a class. He looked to me upside down and said, okay, fine. Then that means you're a student. I said, no, I'm not a student. I'm a teacher today. Luckily, the class went very well. And then it has been almost 10 years of mine in teaching in DAMS. Over the time, what I've seen a drift in the education process in DAMS is this, that earlier when I was a student, I had to catch hold of a teacher, ask the doubt, and then only it was getting clarified. Now the convenience factor of technology is always there with us. You can tag us, you can ask us a doubt on the Facebook club 24/7. So not only studying, but DAMS is also important mentor nowadays for any medico how to live a life of a good medico and a successful one. So it's not only the process of learning or getting you a PG seat. Even after that, we have got career counseling sessions in which we try to tell you what all branches you have in hand and what is the best branch you should opt for. So it's not only a thing that we just leave you there after getting selected. We are always with you all the time, all throughout your life for any guidance you require. And that's a good thing. I always found Sumesar to be a very humble person and always accessible to the students anytime. And often he never gets irritated to any one of the student, even of a simple query. So all my medicos who are preparing right now for the PG entrance, all the best for the coming exam, and hope that I also see you like me teaching in DAMS once, because as they rightly say, Saas bhi kabhi bahut hi. All the best, and let this best sign change into the V sign when you get the PG seat. All the best.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Diksha here, pathologist and ex-Damsonian. I hope everyone who's watching this is keeping safe and sound. Please take care of yourself and everyone around you. Tough times, but we'll get through. This time has given all of us an opportunity to reflect back and sit and think and go through our phones and delete photographs. So I was doing that the other day on my Google Photos, and I saw some screenshots from some Facebook posts, and when I checked the date, that was 2012, which immediately took me back, because 2012 was for me a watershed year. I'm sure all of you would have such times in life where you point and say, my life before and after this was different. For me, that was 2012. In January, I wrote the All India exam, which was conducted by AIMS, and it was a tough paper. I remember coming out, and I would have told myself then, beta tumse na ho paega, because it was not easy for me. And I came out and I decided to join DAMS as a student, and the couple of months following that gave me such an insight into how I had not really read before. It felt like I was doing MBBS all over again. Cut to September of that year, the notification came out that National Board is going to be conducting the exam this year, and it's going to be called NEET. So amidst all that confusion and panic, which is bound to be there because it was something new and we were like the guinea pig batch, three things really helped me stand my ground and sort of, gave me a lot of comfort and support. The first was, I'm sure all of you would agree with me, was the DAMS Club, because that was the first time Sir started a DAMS Facebook club. And the advantage of that was that it gave all of us a place to come and learn, ask doubts, but share, vent, exchange information, something that all of you do now with the group, right? And one thing that was different then is no memes. Your meme game right now is extremely strong. We weren't that great with it. We were just trying to figure out how to operate the different things in Facebook Club. Faculty would come online, ask a couple, answer a couple of doubts. We'd bombard them with more doubts, and pretty much how things are now. But it was a comfort knowing that the people who've taught us in classes all year round are available to us, even at odd hours of the day, when we could ask them, clarify a doubt, revise things. All these revision posts were started way back then. I still go back there, it's still there, I can go back and see anytime. The second thing that was really helpful was, this happened in September. In October, the DVT was announced. Now, I think DAMS had that amazing foresight that since it's going to be an online exam, images will come, which we weren't really, practicing that much, because in printed papers, you're not going to get that many images. So 3-day medical fest of DVT started that year. And that's why I have such empathy for all the students attending DVT, because I know I have sat there for 3 days for so long and, writing vigorously, listening. But one thing I still remember from that time is the energy that we had, because of the energy that faculty had. They didn't keep going and pushing us. And of course, the revision from that became really easy. And for me personally, DVT is very special because back in 2012, I had attended it as a student, and 2018 and 19, I got to take a session on stage as faculty. So DVT is very close to my heart for that reason. The third thing that really helped was CBT, the computer-based test, because we were going in blinded. We had no idea how even psychometric analysis works, because my performance in that analysis does not just depend on me, it depends on how the paper was that particular session, because everybody was writing different papers. So DAMS did that. They also conducted it on multiple days. They gave us a proper psychometric analysis, which was a rude shock because of the pattern of scoring of psychometric analysis. You can be under the impression that you've done well when you really haven't. And that personally happened with me, because I thought I had done well. But when I saw the score, I was like, what is this? So having that advantage in October, when I was going to write the exam a month later, in November and in December, was a huge boost. Because at least I knew what I was getting into. The rest was, of course, on us, but I knew what I was getting into, and that really helped. So this time that all of us have now, I wish all of us use it really well. We all do what we want to do. We all become better, whatever we are trying to do. And one thing that still gives me comfort even when I'm sitting so far away is that DAMS is always there. Like for me personally, professionally, I've always felt that it's been like a family. And whatever the case, whatever the crisis, it'll be managed, it'll be handled, and it'll be handled in a way that everyone comes out better and stronger. So I hope all of you stay strong, all of you stay focused, and I wish everyone all the very best of luck, and I hope everyone does really well in whatever you choose to pursue.
Hello dear students, I am Dr. Manish Chabra. First of all, I would like to congratulate all you people who have cleared your NEET PG 2020 exam and are now gearing up for getting admission into postgraduate medical college. So, and at this point of time, I am also recalling my own journey from where I started to where I stand. I still remember when I was just a student in pre-PG phase like you, I had joined DAMS Chandigarh regular batch, and I used to attend the regular classes in the weekends at Chandigarh. and how I used to answer the questions on DAMS exclusive club. There is one DAMS exclusive club which is very helpful. So it is meant for faculty updates, the latest updates going on in the medical science, and for quizzes and everything, and your doubt clearing platform. I used to post doubts there, and I used to answer many quizzes posted by faculty, and the faculty used to post many motivational thoughts there. So it was a great help. So I still remember when, and one very interesting thing I am going to tell you after this. So I still remember I used to answer a lot on DAMS exclusive club, and one day Dr. Deepti ma'am, who is Ops Gynae faculty at DAMS, she personally messaged me on Messenger and motivated me and said that, Manish, you are doing a good job. You have been answering quite well in the club, and I am proud of you. I am sure you are going to make me more proud. And I felt so motivated. That night I didn't sleep. I continuously read for like 10-12 hours. So that was one great motivation for me. And yes, now the interesting part, I was in DAMS exclusive club with a pseudonym. The pseudonym was Mortin resistant, and there was a picture of an Aedes aegypti mosquito in the display pic. So the reason being that I did not want me to get distracted, so my original profile was deactivated, and this was a pseudo profile that I had made just for the entry into DAMS exclusive club. So it was fun, and then because it was a time and there was a lot of uncertainty. The All India PG exam was taken over by the National Board of Examination from AIMS, and it was in online pattern. So we were uncertain how it is going to happen. So then at that year there happened to be DAMS visual treat DVT, and trust me, 50%, 60% of the questions were from that 3-day DVT session only. Leave apart the notes, So it was so helpful. If you will include the notes, almost 95% of the paper was from notes. Trust me on that, notes plus DVT. So I think that was the main reason that I was able to get a decent rank in PGI Chandigarh exam, in All India PG exam, and in Punjab PG. So earlier there used to be different examinations. So I still feel those moments very vivid, and I cherish those moments. Those were the best times. I was studying, I was eating, I was sleeping, and I was having fun. And especially when you attend classroom classes, and then you interact with faculty, and you always used to get motivated. I think that 3-4 days of motivation was enough to keep you working hard for the next 5 days. And then there used to be another class, then again 2-3 days of motivation, then next another class. So I think that was good enough. So that is the reason I think where I stand today in front of you and talking about all this journey. So, and yes, for the students who are now in some sort of turmoil, what about next? What if it happens late? What if it happens early? From my own experience, you can trust me, from my own experience, I would like to tell you, just trust your class notes, just trust your DAMS question bank, just trust your faculties. They are there for you, like the way I trusted them, and over the years I am what I am, I have become what I am, and I am standing in front of you telling you from my own experience. So you just need to trust your faculty, you just trust class notes and question bank and the videos that they are posting. I am sure after, when you will become a successful doctor, when you will be done with your PG, you will actually look back and think about these moments, and then you will get very satisfied. You will get a sense of satisfaction that whatever decisions that you took were best for you. I hope you all are doing good. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rahul Rajiv. I'm a senior resident in BM Neurology. So my journey with DAMS started around 8 years back. So thinking of this journey, I would recollect two messages. Yes, two messages that I sent to Sumer sir. One was regarding, the DAMS CBT, that is a computer-based test. At that particular time, we did not have a CBT center in Kerala, and I had requested sir, for a center in Kerala so that the Kerala students also could benefit with this. And sir was very quick to respond. We did have a CBT center that time in Kerala. A lot of students, got to know more about DAMS since then. We have had numerous centers in Kerala also. So, and then, like after my exams, I still remember this message that I put in club regarding my ranks. Definitely, DAMS has been a source of not just knowledge, but also an inspiration for us over these years. And I have been in constant touch with Sumer sir, not just as a student, and ever since, I joined DAMS as a faculty also. It has been a wonderful journey. I should say a memorable journey also. So thank you, Sumer sir, for everything. You have been a wonderful mentor for all of us. And thank you so much, sir.
Myself, Dr. Arvind Kumar. I am the medicine faculty in DAMS, and I am associated with DAMS for the last 15 years. And I have seen DAMS growing from teaching on the whiteboard to using satellite technology to reach the most peripheral locations of India. One of the main reasons for DAMS success is adapting to the needs of the students. We were getting feedbacks and requests from the students, especially from the peripheral colleges, that they are not comfortable with their practicals, whether it's second year practical, third year practical, or clinical subject practicals. After that, we sit together with all the faculties of preclinical, paraclinical and clinical subjects. We did brainstorming, and then we come with the plan of starting the practical courses. For medicine practical courses, our medicine faculties sit together, did extensive literature search, spent many hours in our clinic, and then we shoot those videos, original videos, so that we can give you the most authentic clinical part of medicine, how to examine the patient and how the viva will proceed in your final year MBBS. So these clinical courses, they are very useful not only for the final year MBBS or pre-final year MBBS students, but also for the next pattern of exams, because in DAMS we also adapt according to the exams. We were the first to start with the integrated teaching, and that was asked in subsequent
talking about innovation and new ideas. 3 years after I was teaching in DAMS, 2017-18 somewhere, I talked to sir that students are finding difficulty in reading the study material CRS. So they say it's lengthy, and I say always that you can cover it faster. But he said that yes, Sachin, why not? Let's come up with the concept of talking CRS. Initially, I didn't understand in the first go what he was trying to say, but he explained that if we make a video of a book, something like a talkative version, like a teacher is reading the books fast and highlighting the important table and chart, then the student can revise that book faster. And the student seeing the book hard copy and listening to the audio in the form of a video, talkative, will enhance learning. Then I suddenly clicked in me that I read something like this in my psychiatry training of post-graduation, that there's a method that if you increase the sensory stimulation, like for example audio as well as visual, for example what you are seeing and that is what you are hearing, it enhances your memory, retention, interest and connect towards the topic. And hence he came up with the concept of talking CRS, And 1 year later, when we took the feedback of the talking CRS, it was wonderful. And it was such an innovative idea. And now I'm seeing that many other people have started working on talking books, like Amazon has bringing the talking novels, and it has started recently, and we started it 3 years back. So sometimes the new innovation things which enhance the learning, it was such a great experience that it is even psychologically proven that more the sensory stimulation enhances the learning. So that idea really clicked.
Hello dear students, today I am here to share my journey as a Damsonian. All of you know me, I am Dr. Siddharth, who is your PSM faculty. Now I'll take you way back in time, in the time when the original Love article was released, when I was a regular batch student at DAMS Bhubaneswar. Now in the year 2012, when I was doing my internship, DAMS had opened up in Bhubaneswar for the very first time. At that time, there were few more institutes as well which had opened up in Bhubaneswar. And personally speaking, I had no idea about which institute is a good one or a bad one. So I went to all these institutes, but my seniors and my friends who were studying in Delhi, they recommended me to join DAMS. Plus, the person who was appointed at DAMS at Bhubaneswar, he was so cordial that I was really impressed. And this is what pushed me to join DAMS. And then my journey started. To do the DAMS classes, which at my time used to happen on Saturday, Sunday, and few subjects even on Friday at that time, we were a bunch of few guys who used to come from Berhampur, because I am an MBBS from Government Medical College in Berhampur. So it was almost a 3.5 hour journey by train. So we used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the night, get fresh, go to the station, reach by 4 o'clock, and approximately 4:30 there used to be a train which used to bring us to Bhubaneswar at 8 o'clock. Okay, and we used to reach the center, and 9 o'clock we used to do our classes. So this was a very, very painful way for us actually to reach the class, but it was worth it. Now why it was worth it? I'll start with a few examples. See, actually I was very good in pharma, because in my college we had got an excellent teacher on pharmacology. He used to motivate us, and that's the reason I used to read pharma a lot, and I was very strong in it. Because the grand test which I used to give, or any test which were conducted at my college I used to give, I used to score the highest in pharma. So it was the very first day. We had a pharma class at DAMS, so I had read whatever notes I had made, and I was very, very excited. Now I could see a guy who was wearing a t-shirt just like me, wearing a jeans pant with his sports shoes on. He came up. I thought, I've never seen this guy around in the medical colleges, because we only had 3 medical colleges in my state at that time, and that's the reason we knew almost every student who was studying there. Suddenly he went on the stage, and then I realized, oh, he's a teacher. He was a young chap. I was more than confident that I know pharma a lot. 3 hours he took the first session, and I realized I do not even know 25% of pharmacology for the entrance exam. This was followed by pediatrics class by Dr. Siddharth Shetty sir. When he introduced himself in the class, he said that he had done some form of a higher studies in US in nephrology. So I was very much excited, because I wanted to hear that what special things he will tell in nephro. Now he taught nephro exactly for an hour. I was really shocked, really, because he taught maximum 5 points per disease in nephro and finished the topic. I did not like it personally, I'm telling you. But when I gave the AIMS exam, I realized whatever pediatric nephrology I had read, not even a single question came from it. Whereas whatever Siddharth sir had taught, 5 points each per disease, I had 2 questions on pediatric nephrology from his notes exactly. And this story was true for every subject I attended at DAMS. See, this is what DAMS gave me. And that is the reason when I gave my AIMS exam in May itself, in doing DAMS classes for like a month's time, I could score questions which I would have never ever done. And that's where I joined AIMS, did my postgrad, yes, and from there did my senior residency in PGI Chandigarh. So my journey, if I trace back, it totally starts with those DAMS classes. 2012 to 2020, 8 years, I have been associated with DAMS as a student. The reason I'll say myself to be a student because from that very day, I used to be guided by my teachers who are still there, still teaching. So the experience for them is increased. And that is the reason they form a family which gives students like me, an average medical student from an average medical college, such heights of success. DAMS is an emotion, not for me, but for majority. And that is the reason I always tell my students, Damsonian ही बनेगा Amsonian. And this has been true for decades. This was my journey. Dr. Siddharth Shekhar Mishra, MBBS, MD, AIMS New Delhi, DND PCM, PSM, senior resident from PGI Chandigarh, and now currently a teaching faculty for public health at DAMS. Thank you. Namaste.
Hi all, this is Dr. Mamta Java, microbiologist and DAMS faculty. My journey with DAMS started almost a decade ago when, as a PG aspirant, I was in two minds as to which institute to join amidst the pool of institutes which were floating around back then. I'd heard a lot about DAMS radiology classes from my friends, co-interns and seniors, and it so happened that a radiology demo class was scheduled at DAMS and I got to know about it, and I thought, okay, let's go and attend the class. So I attended Sumer sir's class, and after that class, there was not even an iota of a doubt left in my head that I'm going ahead and joining this institute. So I enrolled myself in regular batch, and when my classes were about to commence, I had also joined a hospital as a junior resident. So I attended my first class at DAMS, which was a microbiology class. And after my class, the senior resident of the hospital where I was working, he asked me, how was it? I told him, sir, my entire perception has changed about this subject. I was absolutely petrified of it as, during my undergraduate days. But this class has proved how interesting this subject can be. And I even, went ahead to tell him that if I get MD micro in future, I'll happily take it. And that actually happened. I did take up MD micro in my PG counseling. And I think this reiterates the fact that in the entire 24-hour duration in a day, there's one particular moment of time, they say, when whatever you blurt out of your mouth, God materializes it becomes a reality. So that has happened with me as far as micro is concerned, and I'm very happy today, and I think I've found my place in the sun. So that was the experience of my first class. So I was really looking forward to attending other classes also. And by the way, I never missed a single class at DAMS as a student. I was one of those students who used to reach the class at least 20 to 30 minutes prior to its commencement so that we get the best seats. And me with the two of my friends, we used to be ready with all our notebooks and 4 colored pens and markers, all excited to attend the class because we enjoyed the classes so much. And I think the best part as a student, which I liked about the institute was, other than enjoying the clinical subjects like medicine, OBG and all, I started developing a liking for the pre and paraclinical subjects also, solely because of the way they were taught to us. Now, I would quote an example over here: biochemistry classes. I again hated biochemistry as an undergraduate. I absolutely hated it. But at DAMS, we were given a biochemistry workbook where all those, dreaded cycles, Krebs cycle, this cycle, that cycle, the substrates names were printed, and we were supposed to jot down the enzymes and other important points which the faculty was telling us to jot down. And I think that was that went a long way. This workbook methodology went a long way in making us students remember all the steps, and that is what a student needs. A student not just needs information which is available everywhere. There are so many books, there are a lot of sources on the internet, but what to read is important, and very very importantly how to retain it, that also is important, very very important. So I absolutely loved that also, and I enjoyed all the classes. And those were the days when our teachers used whiteboards and whiteboard markers. And I'm so proud to see how DAMS has grown by leaps and bounds from those days of teaching using a whiteboard and whiteboard markers to this day of teaching using digital pens and notepads, addressing thousands of students at a particular point of time via live classes on eMedicoz or the satellite classes, and how it has expanded its horizons, not just across India but also internationally as well. So I'm very very proud, very very happy today. And I think all this has been this progress which DAMS has made, that has been made possible because of the extraordinary vision, passion, dedication and hard work of Sumer sir. And today, coming back to the same place as a faculty where I used to feel absolutely at home, it gives me the same amount of joy which I used to feel as a student. I could not have asked for more. I am very, very happy, very, very thankful to Sumer sir and DAMS. DAMS rocks.
Hello everyone. Today I complete my 6th year as being the director of the USMLE courses at DAMS, and I was just reminiscing on how this whole thing came about, and I realized that 6 years ago I was in Hyderabad, and one of my students whom I was counseling asked me if I know anything about the USMLE courses at DAMS and whether it was worth taking, and it really struck me as I hadn't heard this name in USMLE, and so I decided to work and research into who is doing this, and the name Dr. Sumer Sethi I came across Dr. Sumer's name, and when I started searching for him, I saw innumerable videos. He came across as an educationist, as somebody who was so much online, he seemed like a person who would be really interested in working with new and unique courses. I just didn't think that there would be a way to get through to him, but I saw him on Facebook. I sent him a message on the messenger telling him about myself and my the work that I have done in USMLE, and it didn't take him even a minute to respond back to me, and within a minute I had a reply from him saying, can we speak? And we spoke a minute later, and the next day he said, please fly down to Delhi. I was in Delhi, and a week later we had already started working on the courses under his guidance, and with a lot of enthusiastic teachers that he helped me with. Today is 6 years, and we are only doing better with online courses, with guidance, counseling. We have a visa counselor. We are helping with the entire foray into USMLE, and I really feel when I started off, I did not even imagine that we will have students getting into radiology as a residency. We have students who have got into surgical branches, into Cleveland Clinic, into some of the Ivy League colleges like Rutgers and so many other places. We have students with as high scores as 268. So I'm really proud that I'm associated with Delhi Academy of Medical Sciences, with DAMS, because I have grown as a counselor, as probably someone who's been able to reach out to more number of students that I can imagine, and I think the help that we are giving the students and the guidance that we are able to provide is really something I did not imagine I would do. So I'm really very, very happy and proud to be associated with DAMS. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tushar Mehta. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and a faculty of orthopedics at DAMS. This one is probably one of the most special videos that I'm shooting, for you guys. Even when I start saying anything, that brings a lot of nostalgia, that brings a lot of memories. When I trace back my life more than a decade ago, I had just passed out of my medical college. I was about to finish my internship, and at that point of time I was standing on a road where I was certain that I want orthopedics in my post-graduation, but very much confused that how am I going to prepare for it, how am I going to go ahead with it. Then I came to Delhi, and I remember still we were 3 friends, and we came to Delhi. We did a kind of a window shopping, and finally we entered DAMS, that is the Puja Road, the head office that we call it right now. So I went to DAMS, and I remember vividly it was 3rd floor, and I went and I met someone at the reception, and I said, I'm here to inquire about your courses. They said, we are giving you the test and discussion and crash and all the details. They gave me about the courses. I said, I want to have a look just at the question bank, and I had one thing very clear in my head at that point of time, that I have read well, I have prepared well during my undergraduation, and I'm a good student. I've been topping many exams and all that stuff. So I said, no, I want to look at your question bank, and with your questions only I just will assess that how am I going to pursue it further. So those days those were the days of hard copies, and they gave me a big book of the entire question bank of 19 subjects, and I was just gazing through all the pages of that question bank, and I was looking at the various questions from different subjects, and somehow I could connected a chord, I would say. I was looking at the questions, and I was like, probably what I've read, I think I won't be able to apply it in these questions. I mean, I'll tell you very honestly, the first couple of questions that I saw, that was my first exposure towards how to prepare for PG entrance. Before that, there was only one thing, that I want to crack it. I want to crack PG entrance, but I didn't know what to do, how to do, when to do. So my first, I would say, my first exposure was that question bank, that booklet. I still remember it was a hardbound copy, and it was having a yellow cover page, so I remember. So I was going through it, and a few couple of questions I realized that, of course, I know the topic where this question is coming from. I know which subject. Maybe I can rule out 2 options, but certainly I am not sure about the remaining 2. And I saw a couple of questions, and keeping a very straight face with 2 of my friends that I said. So I said, okay, fine, what is the schedule, and how are the classes placed, and I got that entire printed schedule and everything. So I took admission in that test and discussion, and I said I'll be converting into crash course very soon, since I was a bit late for joining it. So, and then I asked very politely, ma'am, can I take this question bank? She said, yeah, sure, you can. It is a part of your curriculum. It used to be in those days. So I took that question bank with me, and when I was going down, when I was taking the stairs down, I said it was on 3rd floor. I kind of started feeling that this is going to maybe I mean, it was kind of a feeling that something has actually something is right. To be very honest, I still don't know why that positivity came, or why that optimism came, and why that hope came in me while I was going downstairs. I'm not lying, but with that hardbound copy that I had in my hands, when I was coming down, it kind of felt that, yeah, I think Tushar, you have read well, and you have you've been doing well in last whatever 4.5 years of your MBBS, and maybe this QBank is going to help you to apply your knowledge. So I went down, I went back to my room that I had taken, And next day my lecture started, and it was my first lecture which I attended. Of course I came prepared. I had read whatever inputs that I had about that subject. I had solved a couple of questions also from that QBank, and the test was there, and I scored well, and we attended the discussion, and then of course it was radiology only. The first T&D was radiology by Dr. Sumer only. So I still remember the mnemonics that he gave us in those days and all those things. So valuable points, and I could see, you have to understand, for an undergraduate, I mean, things are pretty much changed in 2020, but back there, more than 10 years ago, radiology was nothing. It was just a small subject. I remember that in my MBBS, no senior even told me to buy a book for radiology. They never used to advise us to buy anything for radiology. They used to say, okay, fine, these are 5-6 short notes, and you can just go through them from any notes of your senior or anything, and you'll just go through, you'll just get through. So on that very first day, I got to this word of radiology where we solved around 70-75 questions, and I could feel that I have read well, but there is more to read and more to remember and more to revise. So those were my first few memories of DAMS, and then things turned in a positive way. I went ahead with subject by subject by subject, and I was fortunate that in my first shot only I cleared the All India PG entrance as well, but I was not getting any big 4 cities that I had chosen for me. But then I switched on to DNB, and I've been kind of that person who's more of impulsive rather than taking decisions which are well calculated. So in my impulsivity, I was like, I will take orthopedics, because of course orthopedics was already decided, but then I didn't want to compromise on the city that I'm going to spend my next 3 years with. So I chose Delhi, and probably that was one of the good decisions that I made. And I remember I went to Dr. Sumer also. I told him that I'm thinking of taking DNB. He said, probably you should think about it again, and normally people take MS, and if you're getting, why are you still doing that? I said, sir, I want to stay in Delhi. And I remember we met in one of the corporate hospitals in South Delhi, and in lunch also, I remember we had lunch together, and then he said, fine, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. And that was the time I told him that a couple of months back I came as a student, and now I'm thankful that I'm having a meal with you. And then things turned into another way in my first year of post-graduation only. Then one fine day, I got a call, and we met, and he said that I'm looking for someone to take up a topic of, I don't remember, it was I think bone tumors or something. He said, will you be able to prepare it? So of course I said, yeah, I'll be able to do that, no issues. And I went back to my room. I was doing already post-graduation, and there was no material left with me for preparing again for probably teaching someone. So I had already bought standard textbooks for orthopedics, and there was no material, nothing left with me. And then I started looking for the books that I had previously, and I opened the Almira, and suddenly I see that hardbound copy with a yellow cover page, handwritten question bank by DAMS, comprehensive, including all that. So I took that out, and I just flipped. I was lucky then. I was not supposed to go through all the 19 subjects. I just flipped the pages. I reached orthopedics point, and I started taking those questions again, and I just prepared my lecture according to that QBank. So even when I was doing that, I remember when I was almost halfway through it, I was just thinking about how tables turn, and at point of time when I was myself solving this QBank to get to that place, and now I will be making others to solve this QBank, to make them, or to probably help them reach their place. So yeah, that's a good journey. There are many more memories. There are many more things. I can go on and on and on and on and on. I have huge respect for this family, DAMS, and through which, of course, I met Dr. Sumair, then Dr. Deepthi, and all of the faculties. Their colleagues, their seniors, their brothers, their soulmates, their family. They are more than a family, actually. And yes, I think if I feel at times that when I went there for the first time, as I said, I was looking through a couple of options that how should I proceed further, whether I should do self-study or which place to join. And I sometimes feel that probably that QBank had had something to do with me, and there was some connect with it, because the moment I saw this, I was like, I was just flipping through the questions, and I was like, this should be able to help me. My knowledge will be applied by solving these questions. So I think we all have, all faculties who have been students at DAMS, we all have stories. So yeah, that's about one bit of my story with DAMS, and huge respect and love to all you listeners and viewers, and DAMS family, I love you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
We believe in constant innovation, and we keep evolving ourselves, and you can say we keep improving on ourselves year after year, and we've been able to manage this for decades now. And this has been possible because of the deep connections that we have with our students through various platforms, whether it is Facebook or Instagram or Telegram. These interactions with these students keep telling us what is the need of the hour and what would be the best resource for these students to use. And this is how this year we came up with the idea of DAMS video library. And it's not just what the video library is, it's the thought which went behind making the entire concept work and make it the way it is now. You won't believe, we actually had a month-long discussion on what exactly should go into the video library, because the idea that we at DAMS have is that the resource has to be crisp, concise, but yet high yielding. So we decided on that the lectures have to be made in such a way that a student is able to do them multiple times. It covers all high yielding points and can be even revised close to the exam. This is how we came up with a 250 plus hour video library, which is absolutely doable, very high yielding, and very promising as a revision material for these students. So the other thing which we could manage this year is something which is the eMedicoz live interactive sessions, which we brought up during the pandemic times. So that was a tough phase when the entire country was under stress, and the lockdown was announced, and we wanted to keep this live interaction which we have with our students, which is actually the USP of DAMS classes. It's a two-way interaction. We believe in being there with the students all the time. And after giving it a lot of thought, there were various ways on which things would have been easier, but then Dr. Sumair actually came up with the idea of the live class itself. We wanted to give something more than the recorded sessions, which we've anyways been giving for a couple of years now. So we came up with this live interactive sessions where you can see the students can chat, interact, ask their doubts, and most importantly form that bond between the student and the teacher, which somehow was missing in these recorded sessions. So we were able to keep up with these relationship of the student and the teacher, and the learning could go on live on the eMedicoz app. So we believe that there are going to be problems, but the idea is finding solutions to those problems. And when you find solutions, you see that you evolve as a team, and you do certain innovations, you keep up with technology, and you just keep improving yourself?
Well, nothing gives you more satisfaction than having your own students reaching your in a teaching position after doing their post graduation, or even working as faculty members, and then when they come back to teach in DAMS, it is a circle in life which completes for me. I'm really proud of that. Many of the previous DAMS students have actually risen the ladder in professional lives and in their professional careers, and actually some of them have actually come back to DAMS to teach. I'm really proud of it. And today in this when I have this opportunity to talk to you today in this video, I would also use this opportunity to crystal ball the future. I have had the privilege and to be in a generation where we have seen a lot of changes and a lot of technology getting evolution very fast. Like there was a time not so far away where we were teaching with those blackboards and chalks. Then we gone on to the digital plates, then to laptops, then to tablets. Then we came up with the satellite based classes, and now we have even added the app based learning, the live lectures on the app, the video library on the app, and we've kind of seen it. And I believe that we would see a lot of it in future as well. And maybe in future we would have things like AR, VR, all those things integrated into our teaching. And I wanted to take a moment here to show you a picture, and I think that picture would give you a lot of insight into what is going to happen in the learning domain in future and what is happening right now. I want you to look at this image here. I'll zoom it for you. This is a dream event for me because this is called as DAMS TVT. We conduct this event every year in Talkatora Stadium in Delhi, and around 5,000 students attended live with us. This is last year's picture, by the way. And this event is relayed via satellite technology to all over 250 centers all over India. It's a big event. And this is something which is very close to my heart because I believe that we have been able to concurrently deliver a exhilarating event to students all across the country through satellite technology with this. And today we are the number one postgraduate medical entrance classes which are using satellite technologies in the country. And so I believe that this human touch would stay. Let us see, they come what may. This human touch has its own charm and its own element when the students in the auditorium put together, and in this such a big event, when they answer yes or no, it's a massive feeling as a teacher as well. So we have done the face-to-face classes over the year, and we believe that this would keep going on, where we will have we have smaller batches, larger batches, and sessions like this, which are revision sessions like this. So I believe there is a lot of value in the human touch, and that is not just for teaching, not just for education. I believe that this human touch would play more and more role in everything that we do. More the technology and more the people would talk about artificial intelligence and robots, more the human touch will become premium, and it will become more and more valuable. I have seen this as a doctor in healthcare as well. I've seen it as a radiologist as well, that we've always had the talk in the last 5 years about AI and machine learning replacing radiology. On the other hand, I see more and more value in a radiologist talking to the patient directly right now. And so there is a lot of value in the human touch. But not saying that I value human touch, that doesn't mean that I don't look at technology. I totally believe that technology well done, if you do it well, it becomes invisible. It actually no longer matters what is the zone, it is just between the teacher and the student. I'll show you a small example. Again, I'm very proud of what we have done here. This is the picture that a student shared with me on his Insta story. This is the picture of a DAMS eMedicoz live class happening during the lockdown period. And you can see for yourself, the teacher is teaching, okay? And the students are on lockdown because nobody is allowed to come out because of the risk of the pandemic.
He has his books, he has his table well set, and the teacher is teaching him. And he has actually added a small cartoon on the top in the Insta story just to that is the coronavirus over it. So you can and for those of you who know, this is one of our famous faculty members teaching microbiology to the students at that time, where the microbiology is actually the most important subject at that time. And we could recreate the entire teaching into the app based environment as well. So I believe in future, people would talk about, each zone would talk about their own things, but in DAMS we would always blend all available things to the advantage of students, be it AI, be it mobile app technology, be it mobile based video conferencing, be it satellite based video conferencing, be it face to face lectures. With the 250 odd centers and with a great team of IT and medical professionals, we create that blend where we are primarily, we are doctors with expertise being, and we are one of the best people with us, who are best in their own fields, plus the technology, and we blend it all. I believe we'll be able to create more and more value in the system with this kind of technology. And I believe the future would be in this kind of a hybrid approach. I wish you all the best.